Alright, with the addition of Season 15, Zarya is like one of the best tanks in the game. I swear to God, she's unstoppable. I literally predicted it as soon as I saw the patch notes and looked at the changes in the perks they added to Zarya. I knew she was going to be really good on like most of the maps. Especially since you have the perk where you can right-click yourself up higher. That's good on maps where it's like there's high ground base, where Zarya would usually be very, very shit. So now Zarya can, you could do it, basically everything as Zarya, and that's like never good because Zarya is a very strong character, especially in Overwatch 2. If she's even slightly overtuned, I think it was either Season 1 or Season 2 of Overwatch. Zarya was played the entire season, bro. Zarya was unstoppable because they buffed the bubble duration by like 1 second. The perk on Zarya that you can deal damage through multiple people if you're above like 55 energy, that is what I read, and I was like, yep, that's gonna be insanely good because you can just like farm grabs on certain maps where there's like tight chokeholds. If you can get value out of your bubbles, you can just like destroy you're like the raid boss basically. Playing against Reinhardt and Winston is the only two tanks I feel like Zarya would kind of struggle, but I think she's pretty overtuned. I think you could even, but let's just go into the game. Looking at your team comp, the only people I could see you having the bubble is either the Mercy if she's really out of position, the Kiriko if she uses her cooldowns, which is so rare, especially with the perk. I'd be looking to bubble the Echo in aggressively whenever he uses his fly. But for the most part, you're going to be using bubbles yourself. Right here, I'd already be using bubbles, but they're not really shooting you. But you want, at the start of the fight, as Zarya, usually what I do is I try to get charge like as soon as I can, just by like, usually, okay, this is gold, so there wasn't a lot of spam in the choke, but usually you can get pretty high charge just by like soaking up the spam at the start of the very beginning of the fight. Your Echo died so unbelievably fast that I don't even know how she died. Also, positioning wise, you went up here, which I would probably never do as Zarya unless like you're winning the team fight. I would have went right side with your Echo, which I assume is where'd the Echo die? I would play like right here. I would walk up the right side, play right here. You could easily run through here, and what I would do is I'd instantly pop a bubble because that Hanzo's probably spamming right here. So that's a free 40 charge. And then there's no point in pushing past this bot yet because the bot hasn't even unlocked yet. As Zarya, you kind of want to let the fucking enemy team run to you first. You want to bait the enemy team into you, and then you can use your bubbles, and then you just like hard push them. If you hard push them before like they take any space, then you're going to use both of your bubbles and you're going to be like super out of position, and you're not going to be able to catch anyone off because they haven't had time to push in yet, if that makes sense. But I think I need to go a little bit more basic though for this VOD review because I need to keep in mind that you're gold. Echo died to the cast. She is just so out of position. When I said Echo, or you could bubble your Echo in aggressively, if you were walking on the right side, you could have bubbled her and got energy from it, but I think she dies regardless, even with the fucking bubble. She got 2-tapped. Yeah, that's just like nothing you can do about that. You could try to take the positioning and bubble your Mercy for the res, but again, this is gold, so I don't think that's going to happen. I'd play slow here, though. Okay. You have no support, so you just have to dead. If you're going to use both bubbles like that, you're going to want to be very close to position, or to cover, because if you back-to-back use both your bubbles, the entire team usually starts shooting you because they know that you have no bubbles, and that's like the only thing that's protecting you. I like that bubble because you ate up the fucking Hanzo arrow. I would use another one here. You got space. Yeah. I like that you're trying to use it, but you gotta make sure people are shooting you. Another thing about the bubbles, yeah, I'll be saying bubbles so many fucking times this game because that's like the most important thing. You gotta learn what heroes you can get a lot of charge from. Bubbling against a Cassidy for charge isn't gonna work out because he's gonna shoot your bubble once, and you're gonna get like what, 15 charge, and then he's just gonna not shoot it. And anything below like 30 charge for a bubble is like a bad bubble, unless you're saving somebody or cleansing effect. But with the way this game's already going out, I would honestly try to save your team with the bubbles because they're getting farmed. Again, you're down Mora. You heard your Kiriko behind you. You gotta play a lot safer, bro. You're committing way too much with no reason to. There's like no logical reason why you're committing so hard. You're just kind of like running in. I get that you're trying to do damage and you're trying to like make space, but you could do the same amount of damage and create the same amount of space by just chucking right clicks and soaking up damage from the choke. High charge right clicks, they'd be really good at getting alt charge and just like contesting space. That's your brain thinking I have teammates with me? Well, first of all, you gotta look at your kill feed, bro, or at least listen, bro. Use your ears. You can hear when people die. It takes practice. It's hard at first because there's a lot of shit going on, right? But you get to a point where you hear, like, if somebody's shooting on the other team, they're obviously shooting at somebody. You know, you gotta, at least know that they're shooting at somebody. You know what I mean? Like, if you hear the Hanzo spraying storm arrows, I would usually turn around and look if my team is in the choke or potentially could die. I'd bubble them, and that's how you get the charge. But your team's just staggering. See, like right now, whenever you're in a spot where you have 2 bubbles and you're like not constantly getting it back, you want to use them. Like, even if you don't think you're going to get a lot of charge, because by the time you push this bot to the middle of the map, you're going to have the bubble back. So it's like, why not? And as I'm walking the robot back to the cart, or back to the middle of the map, I would be, looking in the direction of my team. There's no reason why you need to be looking this way. You can, look at your team and hold S. And by doing that, you allow yourself to get the knowledge that you say that you don't ever like have because you're not looking. You're not looking. If you're like walking the robot while looking, you can gather so much more information than just walking the robot and just having your team fight and shit behind you. Especially on Zarya, you want to be constantly like looking at your team. You got to be constantly like every time you're just downtime, every time you're reloading on Zarya, turn around, take some awareness of your surroundings. Even if it takes a second, even if you have to slow down your play, just take a second. Every time I reload on Zarya, I'll sit there, I'll take a deep breath, I'll turn around, I'll look at my supports, wait a couple seconds, and then I'll go back in. You could literally, I'll play Zarya after this game, and I'll literally, like, I do that every single time, and I'm top 500. We're fucking human. We're not aliens. We can't just like instantly gather information. It's gonna take some time, even if you're really good or experienced. See, here I would consider pushing the cart. You want to be pushing the cart, especially because you haven't got rid of their long spawn yet, and you want to do that before their respawns die, because then they get spawned way far out. Let's see if they get close spawn now because you're not pushing the cart. They did. They got close spawn because you didn't push the cart, and now their whole team's already back. If you would have pushed the cart instead of just going for the McCree, you would have been in a 5v3 situation, but now you're in a 5v5 situation, and now you're going to have to use ults to get the space. Again, you're using your bubbles too early, it looks like. I usually use bubbles the second after I start taking damage by something. Preemptively using bubbles like this is how you waste them. Again, you hear the Hanzo, he just finished his storm arrow, and then you click the bubble. This might be a good bubble still, but now you have 0 bubbles. You're like pretty fucking, you could easily die right now. You have like a solid 3 seconds, 4 seconds till you get your bubble back. Because like now you have to play super scared. Whenever there's a Kusine rush, even if there's ulting, I would push in immediately straight into the back line. Because 1, you get your bubbles hella fast. You can pop like 4 bubbles if you're standing in the Kusine ult. And 2, you can just absolutely melt the people in the back line. Like right now, if I was in this game, I would have probably killed the McCree and then probably potentially killed the Mercy and even the Hanzo over there. Like just by this 1 Kusune ult, because you get a fuck ton of charge by pushing in, and you have just so many bubbles. Ignore the Ramatra. You can't do much about the Ramatra. At this point, you're going to want to trade backlines. Trading backlines is essentially like if their tank's ulting, right, or like pushing in and you can't do anything about it, then you say, okay, you accept the fact that your team is probably going to die, and you try to kill their backline as it's happening. And usually what happens is, maybe their tank will kill 3 and you'll kill 3, and then you guys will meet back up at the cart, and then it's like an even fight. I have that issue with tanking. I'm so focused on pushing and creating space to turn around and see if I have teammates or if I maybe need to peel for them. Yeah, a lot of that is using the sound cues. Every hero in the game, when they get low or they start taking damage, they moan or grunt or make some noise in some way, and they do it differently based on how much HP they've lost and how much HP they have. Like, you can hear whenever a teammate is low. Like, they'll like really gasp for air. And if you listen closely, if your sound's loud enough, you can actually hear your teammates getting hit by whatever they're getting hit. Like, you can, like, say for example, the Hanzo arrows, you could hear the little ticking noise of someone's taking damage. But yeah, as a default on Zarya, every time you have to reload, just quickly turn around, even if it's just for a second. Take note of where your team's at. One option that I would always have enabled on every hero is show friendly outlines always. You always want to have show friendly outlines on. It helps you a lot for tracking your team through the walls and just knowing where people are at. Another setting, if you're really struggling to know like how many teammates are alive or if people are dying, you can, I think this is on default, play sound when teammates are eliminated or when the enemy is eliminated. But yeah, any downtime in the game, you need to be either physically in the game, looking behind you. Top right, I look at the kill feed every single time I hear something die. You gotta look at the kill feed. It gives you so much. There's so much information just in the kill feed alone. Like, most of my decisions within the game are based off what I'm looking at in the kill feed. But anyways, yeah, I would push straight in as soon as your teammate Kasune ults here. Instead, you're gonna shoot the Ramatra, and you guys are probably gonna lose the fight. Okay, you started to go for it, but it was too late, and you didn't use the Kriko ult. So now you don't have the extra bubble, and you panic use the bubble. You're fine there. You're good. You're good if you have good movement. Okay, I like that you survived. I'd grab that right there, bro. Dude, there's a 5-man grab. Okay. Good shit. I would kill the Ana instead of the Mercy because she was stuck in the grab. But this is good, dude. Farming. I'd be careful here. Ana first. Nice. That's okay. One thing that you could work on is your movement while you're tracking them. You're kind of walking in straight lines, which makes it a lot easier for the enemy to hit you, and you're just taking a lot of damage. If you're like strafing as you're doing it, it's a lot harder for them to hit that. Here I'd be taking space. You got a lot of room. See, bubble right now. You're a little late. Yeah, that Cassie's a free kill. Keep chasing them, keep chasing them. You could be chucking right clicks. See, like, after you killed that Cassidy, after I kill somebody, unless there's another target that I'm instantly trying to kill, I would look at my team in between like every kill. Unless, you know, you're killing multiple people. Again, you're bubbling air. You're bubbling actual air. See, alright, like, the timing of your pushes are good, but you're wasting your bubbles, which doesn't always get you killed, but it makes you have to play slowly, or just sit there and take too much damage, and then that's when the typical player would be like, I have shit heals. But really, you should be farming this entire lobby if you just click the bubble button at the correct time. Like, the way you're using them, I'd rather just use them whenever you're about to die, bro, if you're going to use them like this. And very rarely should you never have any bubbles, unless you're, like, super safe. Like, almost every single fight this game, you have used both your bubbles and have been taking damage. It's not good on Zarya. Also, you're doing the jump click wrong. You gotta right click, then jump. You're jumping and right clicking, which does nothing. It's kind of cringe. Nah, I'm just kidding. Also, I haven't seen you bubble your teammate once this game. Again, stop shooting the mantra. I'd probably back up here. Bubble him? Nope. Alright, this next fight, they don't have any ults, bro. You're going to want to use Grav quick here. If I was in the team comms, you know, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to win this fight with Grav only. Save our support ults. But you got to get enough charge to be able to kill the people in the grab. That's good. You're in the casino, so you get extra bubbles. Every time you're in the casino, just spam your bubbles, bro. Look, you're back at 2 already. You could be at like 80 charge right now. Like, I know I'm talking about the bubbles so much, but that's like the most important part about Zarya. First of all, it's like it literally decides whether you're going to be doing a lot of damage or not, and it's a way that it's literally how you create space, how you do damage, and how you survive. It's like the most crucial thing. Again, shit bubble target. The Macha's not going to give you any charge. I bubble right as you wake up. And see, look. Just, you know, as a starter, just bubble yourself when you're in danger, bro. Honestly, you're just fucking using the bubble too early. If you're gonna use bubble early like that, you gotta be staying in like the middle of the choke. Like right now, I'd peek them and bubble for charge, or go down and save your teammates. There, I probably just let my teammates die and regroup. You're kind of playing like you just don't give a fuck about your team, bro. Like you're just like you're in your own goddamn world, bro. You're just like, yep, fuck it. 2 of my teammates are in spawn. 2 of my teammates are about to die. Let me just jump on the cart, try to kill people. You gotta be using your brain a little bit more, bro. It's not all about just like aiming and mechanics in this game, or any game for that matter. You wanted to save them, but you didn't use your bubbles to even try to save them. You just try to do damage with your 0 energy, which will never save them. Like maybe if you bubbled both of them, right? Save them both, then you would get the 80 energy because obviously those are really good bubbles and you're going to get max charge. Then you can quickly beam somebody, right click combo and kill them, and then, you know, maybe you have a better chance of saving them. But at that point, you didn't get there fast enough. I would just let them die. Maybe chuck a bubble from far away. But you gotta prioritize your life, because now the other team just gets free cart push, and this is valuable time that you could be alive, gaining alt charge, and stuff like that. Here, I'd bubble. See, this is actually the first time I agree with the bubble. You're probably gonna get 40 charge. Okay, well, usually the Hanzo would be spamming that area, but this is gold. You finally bubbled the teammate though, Pog Champ. Watch, probably gonna get 40 charge from this. 32, see, hey, better. Here, I would run into the dragon just for the charge, man. You're like really struggling to get any charge. I would just bubble the edge of the dragon, fucking farm the charge from that. See, like you just got bubbled, you could have like ran into the dragon and you get free charge. You also almost have nano, so it's not that risky because your Ana can save you with the nano. It's a good bubble. It's a good bubble, but you always waste your first one, so you're always down a bubble. It's like you can't ever take space confidently. And if you are gonna use your bubble like that, you gotta like decide if you're going in or if you're getting out. You keep doing this thing where you like half-ass go in, and then you get kind of uncomfortable, you get nervous, and then you just end up walking back. It's better for you to full commit and die than to like, you know, not make a decision at all. Again, you're bubbling the Mercy. What damage is the Mercy gonna do to you there? The fuck was that? You're just clicking buttons. You really just gotta work on your, just like really, I'd play a few games of quick play and don't even focus on killing people, focus on getting charge. Like that'd be the only thing I'd focus on so you can get used to it. Here there's no reason to wait for your team. I would be pushing up, right clicking from across the map trying to get all charge. Like right now you could be right clicking. You're losing valuable fucking charge here. You have 2 bubbles. I'd look at a bubble early, get some charge back. Alright, push in. You got full push here. Full push. Don't be pussy. Don't grab though. Don't grab. Please don't grab. Okay, nice. I'd push that guy. Don't worry about the cart, bro. It's your team shop. If that guy kills somebody, it's your fault. Okay, he doesn't. You got lucky. I would look to grab early here if they're gonna commit ults. You're just standing on the cart. It's like making me nervous. I would flank them right now and grab. Like your team is chilling on the cart. do something. Like, you want to be using as many bubbles as you can. There's been like at least a full minute of downtime where you've had 2 bubbles and they weren't charging back, which just overall will make your average energy like in the shits, because during this time you're losing your charge because it goes down, and you're not getting your bubbles back. You just you gotta be just using them a bit more. It's like you took so much damage. You could have pressed the bubble and you would been at like 70 charge right now, but instead you take all the damage, you get healed, and then you fucking bubble, and now you're lucky the Hanzo hit you, but still you're getting like scraps, bro. I would look. You gotta get these kills here. You gotta get these kills there. Oh fuck, man, this is such a winnable game. So here, after you do this, I'd bubble again. Look how much damage you take. You'd be at 60 charge. You could have kept pushing too, but instead you just keep backing. You just push in. You need to kill the Hanzo, and look, you bubbled, but you didn't stand in the front of the Hanzo. So then your Kriko dies. So now you're down 1 healer when you should be at. This should have been a fucking 1 game, bro. Because if you just push in instead of going back and forth, you would have killed the Hanzo. You would have been able to finish this McCree, which you're probably going to be able to kill. And then there was also, what is there on the other team? There's an Ana to your right, maybe. That would be a team wipe for them. They would get overtime spawns. And then you would have Grav, Nano, and Torb ult against they only have fucking Nano. This was really a 1 game. But instead, the Hanzo kills the fucking Kiri because you're not standing in front of it. You're bubbling to the right of it, even though you're bubbling to take damage, but you're not taking into account that he's not shooting at you. So by doing that, take extra time to have to kill the Hanzo, which doesn't allow you to kill the fucking the Cassidy fast enough. So then your Echo dies, and now it's 3v5. They don't get the overtime spawns because it wasn't a team wipe. They're going to come back. I'm guessing either your Ana dies before you can get the Nano. This is still very winnable, though, even with being a 3v5. Like, you could get a fat grab. You need to grab early here, as early as you can. Probably after the fucking monkey bubble, though, because if you grab them before the monkey bubble, the Torb ult isn't going to be able to combo. It's going to not hit the grab correctly. But you got to be playing aggressive right now, or you should know right now that you got to be taking damage. You got to be playing aggressive because your Ana almost has Nano, and she's going to Nano you. It's still very winnable. But at the same time, you still have a lot of cart push to push, so I can see why, even if you win this next fight, they might have time to respawn. But literally, if you fucking don't let your Kuriko die to the Hanzo, you get the charge, you would be able to kill the Cassie faster. The Kuriko would have been able to heal the Echo who died, who probably, died because she was low HP that fast at that fucking high noon. It's just like, it literally like snowball effect, literally. That's why, even if you have a shit team, that's why when I'm losing and I have a shit team, I always say I can play better, bro, because you could do things like this that will prevent everybody from dying. Like, it's not directly your fault, but there was something that you could have done. Like, that was like, that's win or lose. And like, it just keeps continuing the snowball. It keeps continuing to snowball. Since your fucking Echo and Kiri died, you're forced to go back to the cart because you're low, because you don't have a Kiri. Alright, so say that your Kiri and your Echo didn't die. Your team would be on cart, you'd be comfortable to push, and you could get this stagger on the Ana. Because you would be full HP, you would be able to kill the Ana, because she's fucking here. So then, it'd just be so free, bro. You guys would be 5 up, they'd be down Ana, who has the only ult they have, and you guys have fucking 3 game-winning ults. Like, even still, push this Ana. Look, your Ana panic nanoed you because she was like, yo, kill this thing. So now she wasted nano. Their Ana gets nano because you didn't kill it fast enough, and now the fucking monkey's nano. They rest the Kree, and you're gonna solo grab the monkey right now, aren't you? You gotta grab now, bro, now. Look, your fucking Torb fucking ulted already. God, it's such a mess, bro. This is like, oh my god. Everything fucking possibly went wrong. You're gonna wait till your whole team dies to fucking use grab. Use grab! Use it now! Shoot that thing, bro! Don't tell me you die! You die without using it! Pingu! The fuck are you saving it for? You probably wouldn't have won, but goddamn, bro. Alright, I'm just like, I'm being super dramatic right now, but obviously you can tell there's a lot of things, especially in that last fight, that shit went tragic. That's all I can say, bro. But, hey, you're a new player, I get it. I'm only being hard on you because, you know, you're Pingu, bro. But yeah, you could have done, I know you're smarter than this, Pingu, that's why, you know, come on. But overall, one, I think your tracking's pretty alright. Your aim's pretty good. Your target priority is pretty good. Like if when you're actually in a spot where you can kill somebody, which is very rare because your positioning is kind of ass. But I like that you're targeting the supports. If say there's a DPS in a sport, you would try to kill the Mercy before the DPS. That's good. And I also like the presence that you put on the objective. But with that being said, you don't always have to be on the objective. If your team has the space, you need to push past the cart. You don't want to just sit on the cart because then you're just giving up valuable space. Another thing, you need to be right-clicking more. I understand why you're not right-clicking because you don't have charge. You don't have charge, so the right-click doesn't do as much. But if you have like 80 charge, right-clicking is like so good. I didn't see you right-click enough, and you bubbled your teammate one time. You bubbled another teammate one time that game. So you definitely got to work on your bubbles. Use that right-click a bit more. Fun fact about right click, every time that you're about to like run out of ammo, right, on Zarya, say that you're at like two ammo, you're about to have to reload, end that clip off with a right click, because right click usually costs 25 of your bullets, but if you're below 25, you can still get the right click off and it doesn't do less damage. It just counts as a full right click, so it's like you're getting more value out of your Zarya clip. I think that's it though. For starters, you know, come back to me in a month, you know. Dr. Zembii, fix your gameplay up in no time. Come back to me in a month. I'll track your progress, you know, see if you listened, if you did your homework, and we'll go from there. You know, I ain't gonna let you go on to the next level, bro. You're not gonna be able to pass until I at least see a 60% average energy. If that's maybe too hard, I'll give you a couple weeks. If that's too hard, I'll maybe lower it to like 50. We'll see. But yeah, do your homework, come back to me. And that's about it. If anyone watching this YouTube video or the stream, if you want a VOD review like this one, come by twitch.tv, GoZembii. I'm live almost all the time because I have no life. I'll be happy to do a VOD review for you. First one's free, and I'd probably turn it to a YouTube video. But yeah, bye YouTube.